Good morning guys, and welcome to another video. It looks like the first storm of the fall is about to hit us here in Germany, and I just drove 3 hours to the lake, the Steinhuder Meer, which is like 3 hours away from Leipzig, but here we find the best flatwater conditions for just blasting and speed surfing. So that's gonna be fun. The forecast predicts like 20 to 30, maybe 35 knots. So I'm hoping to go full power on the 7.0 and take you along for some hopefully 40 knot speed rides. That would be fun, but let me show you around here. It's early in the morning because don't want to have stress and want to rig up nice and relaxed and then get on the water as soon as the wind hits. But yeah, now we have like 12 knots, so we have all the time in the world. And yeah, this is where we do the speed runs. So to get out here, we have to go over that pier into the water, and I just jump off the edge usually. And getting in is a bit more tricky because you have this ramp here, but here is a gate, so we have to kind of balance the gear around the gate when we get out, because they don't really want us to go windsurfing here. But the reason why we go windsurfing at this spot and not on the other side of the lake where the windsurfing spot really is because here we have a very thick mud fleet basically, and it goes up to like 40 centimeters below the water surface. The mud starts and it's really thick, and what that does is it really smoothens out the water, and there's not a lot of waves here. And the lower the water level gets, now especially in the autumn, the faster it gets, because the flatter the water gets and the less water you have on top of the mud fleet. So yeah, we noticed that with big fins that we're actually getting slowed down by the mud, but with small fins, when it's windy like today, it gives a little bit of extra speed. So let me quickly explain. To do the speed runs, you head out from here, which is the top of the pier, and then you go upwind to the little island you see over there. And from the island you go like where the first houses are over there. There's the best spot for speed. And then you can really go downwind, basically down to here to the pier. And yeah, I've reached 42 knots here before on a day that was a little bit stronger than today, but around the same time period of year. So I hope today that we're gonna at least get 40 knots. And yeah, I'm rigging up the 7.0 now and the 62 board and wait for the wind. But it's a nice day. It's still pretty warm. Usually in fall it's like 12, 14 degrees. Today it's still 20 degrees. So we got some really nice temperatures. So I gotta find all my stuff in here now. I think I'll take this one, the 62, as I don't have the small Futurefly board, so I'm gonna stick with the AV today. And then yeah, 7.0. So obviously fins are very important when it comes to speed, and what I like to use for this board, this is my Slalom fin, which is a 32. I use this fin, which doesn't have as much power but goes a little bit faster in the top speed, and it's also a 32, but it has like a thinner profile, and this gives you less power, but when you really hit the gust and have the acceleration, then you get a little bit more top speed. And this is what I like here for this lake. For more power I would choose this one, but for speed I will choose this one. Okay, I do hope you had fun with this video. Windsurfing on this lake to me feels like basically windsurfing in cheat mode, because as you saw, the water is just so flat and you can just basically push the board as much as you want, and it's very safe to do it because you will not hit any big chops. And yeah, this is why I love this lake. It's just so much fun to windsurf there. For me, it's like probably the most fun spot to go slalom windsurfing when it's windy in Germany, because you can go forever. And yeah, the speeds were up to like 70 kilometers an hour. We had like 20 to 30, maybe 32 knots. It wasn't as windy as forecasted, because to hit like 40 knots we really need the 35 knot gusts. Then we can do the 40 knots, so that unfortunately didn't happen, but I'm hoping for another storm. And yeah, what I did then was I tried some jibes, because the jibes are just so easy, and I did some laydown jibes and some power jibes. And I tried to really go for the Alpha 500, which is the speed discipline for the jibe. So basically what you have to do is go 250 meters, then do a jibe, do 250 meters again, and you have to land within 50 meters of your starting point. And the speed over these 500 meters, including the jibe, is your Alpha 500 speed. And that basically measures how good you can jibe. And this spot is just perfect for that, except for that it's maybe a little bit too gusty. But because of the Flatwater, I could really hit like speeds of like 33, 34 knots on half wind before doing the jibe, and then getting out of the jibe hitting 31 to 32 knots again on half wind. And this way I got some really nice Alpha 500 speeds of over 26 knots. And this is actually the second fastest Alpha 500 speed that was ever done in Germany. So I was really happy with that performance today. And yeah, that was so much fun to do the jibes in these wind conditions. I'm just, I think, 2 to 3 knots behind Gunnar, who has the first spot there. But that's going to be pretty hard to beat, I think. But yeah, I think next week we might get another chance with more wind. And then of course I will take you along, and hopefully we can use the speedboard then. But yeah, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you subscribed. I actually got a really cool project coming up in Greece, starting like in 2 weeks, I think. So this will be like a multiple part series, and I'm already really excited to announce what that is going to be. I will probably do that in the next video. So subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.